Hi everybody, Dizzy Crafter here with another sublimation video actually. I'm actually going to be doing a little Christmas fair and I thought I would start getting things prepared for it. And I had a load of these glow-in-the-dark Libby cans, or Libby glasses, and I thought, well, let's just do a little video of it. I'm not going to go in the in-depths of how I've printed it and stuff like that, because I have actually got a video up sharing that, but if you do want to know, just let me know. I have no problem in doing another video to refresh how you do it. It's just that everyone does it differently. I use Ink Expert's ink and an Epson printer, and I use GIMP and Canva. Not this one actually wasn't used via Canva though. I think I got this off a Facebook page called Free Tumblr Designs, and I urge you to go over there and check it out because there is so many talented people out there that put free designs on there. So let's dive into the video and let's make this lovely tumbler. I've now printed off the design I wanted, which I got from Creative Fabrica, and I've printed it on some A-sub A4 paper. And then I actually really like to use my glass mat and the media ruler, from Tim Holtz, because it gives me a better way of getting a straighter line. So all one thing I really need to do is marry up the piece of paper really up to try and get that as straight as possible, and then cut it out. Once you cut it out, you want to take your Libby can, Libby glass, Libby jar, whatever you want to call it, and then you want to go over with a dust lint free roller, some alcohol, whatever it is you want to use, or whatever you generally just use anyway. These are actually glow-in-the-dark cans, and what I've looked, they don't really glow that well. Some do, some don't, and it is a bit of trial and error. And then you also want to get yourself some heat resistant tape. Now these are a little bit more difficult to line up than the tumblers and stuff, because you have got a bevel at the top and a bevel at the bottom, so you want your design like not where them bevels are, because if there is, then just won't turn out very nice at all. Took this print actually from a group on Facebook, and it's called Free Tumblr Designs, and there's so much on there. I did put it into GIMP and resize it to my Libby jar, but each Libby jar will be slightly different, so it's always best to measure your own Libby jar or cup or whatever it is that you're doing. But what you really want to do is marry up the top and the bottom of the paper, and you really want to keep it really tight. So that's what I'm going to do, in the hope I can get it there. So there we go. So it's really handy to have this tape dispenser because it keeps my hand free, and then I just pull it tight, and once I've got one down I can just keep on going then until the whole of the thing's down. And what I do is I hold it with this finger here, and then I pull it taut just like so, and you just want to continue all the way down the bottom. Now it's all taped up. I just really like to burnish that tape down so it's really good and stuck, so it's not going to come undone. And I'm just using a bone folder for this, and then I just take a little hoof stick and go down the seam and really press that in, and I feel like this really helps to give a nice seam in there. I mean, some of the designs you don't actually have a seam, so you wouldn't need to do this for that. And you can see the picture there. Once you've got that on, you do need to get a piece of paper or some butcher's paper. I just generally use copier paper. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit. And then make sure the glass is covered, like especially where the paper is, because you do not want the ink to come through that paper and stain your like tumble press. And I just keep it really nice and tight and roll it. And this doesn't need to be taped up like anything dramatic like the tumbler itself, or the Libby can rather. And that's that prepared, and all we need to do now is go over to the tumble press itself. So now we're at the press, we just need to turn it on. As you can see, I'm using my HTV Ront tumbler press. I really love this machine. I've had it for nearly 12 months now, and I have not had one bad thing to say about it, other than the fact I'd have preferred it in white, but that's that, and it was just this the other colour they actually had in at the time. So we're going to be heating this up to 360 degrees Fahrenheit. We want it on 120 seconds. I'm not too sure if you can see this display here, but if you're new to this machine, you just press this button to change the temperature, and you change the time with this one, and then you use the add buttons and the minus buttons here. You've got the R button here, which is flashing red right now, and once it's up to temperature it will then go to green. So now that's bleeped, it takes 2 to 3 minutes to heat up to that particular temperature. We want to take our Libby glass, and we've got the tape showing here, and I'm just going to have that showing face to me, and we're just going to slide that into the middle. And you want to be very careful because it's very hot inside there. And once you've got that in, you just press the R button and that will automatically close, and then when that time goes off it will automatically switch off and open. And then the next thing you want to do is get yourself some heat resistant gloves, because these are exceedingly hot. You do not want to be touching any of these mugs, tumblers, glasses, whatever you're putting in here. You do not want to be using anything with your bare hands. You want to be using these heat resistant gloves, and you'll be really thankful you invested in some. So this machine is just about to go off, and you'll see here that it just automatically opens all by itself once it's done the countdown. And once you've done that, you want to just slide that out a little bit so you can get a grip, and then you want to turn it around, and I'm just facing that tape the opposite way. Slide it to the centre again, and then press the R button, and it will go on again for another 120 seconds. We're going to go off again, and that will be it for the actual tumbler press, and then we'll go back to the table and we can unravel it. So just be careful taking it out, slide it out and just pop it out. Now if you see this brownness on the paper, that is not normal, so don't worry about that, and I'll see you back at the table. Right, so we're back at the table now, and we're just going to remove the tape and the paper, and I'm just using my Cricut tool for this. So this is your outer paper, and this, if you get it on here, that's a good indication that it's sublimated. And it's always better to take it off, in my opinion, when it's warm. Now this has cooled down a little bit, so I could change the position of my camera, but only because I don't actually have another camera that I could use. But if you do it straight away, it definitely is better, because the tape just comes off so much easier while it's still warm. I just kind of put the excess stuck to it really. And then just take it off to do the reveal. I feel like that has come out really nice. A lot of this A sub paper tends to leave quite a bit of white on there, and all I do then is take it to the sink and give it a wipe over. But what I'm going to do is going to pop a piece of paper in it so that you can see the design. This is normal actually for the Libby glasses or Libby cans to look like this because the ink is transparent. So it does give a much muted effect. If you used to put this design on a mug or a full-on tumbler, it would pop a lot more. But that's the whole point of these Libby cups. So let's just grab a piece of paper and we can have a look what it looks like inside. I feel like you can see the design much better. Just see if I can get it to focus a bit better. There we are. I feel like you can see the design much better. There's where the seam is, and on this Libby can you really can't really see the seams on these. These are really good for that. I mean, you can, but it's not like dead obvious. I mean, it is a little bit obvious here because it goes from light to dark, but apart from that, it's not. And I just feel like this has really turned out really cute. So I'll show you some of the other designs I've done, and then you can tell me which one you prefer the most. Well, these are the Libby cans I've done so far. As you can see, I have popped some paper in each one, and I'm going to go with the very first one I did. And although I really love this design, it really didn't turn out that great because it's so pale, and when you take this paper out you can hardly see it, unfortunately. So then my next one was to do the same design, but I changed the background for a much darker one. But unfortunately there was a lot of paper still stuck to it, and I went to my go-to with the alcohol to rub it off, but I don't know if the ink was still wet or what, but it did not go to plan. It's definitely a doozy one. I'll probably just sell this for £1 if I can sell it. If I can't sell it, I'll just use it myself because obviously it's not a great one with all the marks and stuff. Then decided I wanted to go with one that wasn't Christmas themed, but I went with like the evil baddies from the Disney one, and I feel like this really turned out really well. I was so happy with this one. Then actually the next one was this one I did, which is obviously like Halloween kind of themed, or like if you're into your horror movies. And although I'm doing a Christmas fair, I did think, well, it's nice to have things that isn't Christmas so that people could buy things, because there'll be lots of people that are still into all this kind of stuff, so all year round, not just for Christmas. That one we've just done, and then my next one was this one. Now this one was definitely off Creative Fabrica, and I think that this is probably my best one, my favourite one of all, and I feel like I'm probably going to do myself one of these. I feel like it turned out really well, and having that black writing, it stands out even when there's no paper there. And then my next Christmas one is this one, which I think is super cute. Again, I can't remember if this was Creative Fabrica or I got it off the free designs, but if there's any of these designs you're wanting, just message me and I'm more than happy to send it over to you. If it is a Creative Fabrica one though, I'm not too sure I can do that because of copyright, but the rest I definitely can because these are already out there for free anyway. And I would urge anybody to go on the free Tumblr designs. But yeah, I feel like this is probably my second favourite Christmas one. And then this is the one that we've already seen and done, and again I still really like this one too. So which one is your favourite, guys? Do you like the non-Christmas? Do you really like the Christmas ones? If it is Christmas, which ones do you prefer? So I feel like that's really it for this video. So I'd really like to say a big thank you for watching. I'd love it if you please comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and hopefully I shall catch you in the next video. See you soon. Bye.